My people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Patala FC. We are within. Blessed Saturday, guys. Hope y'all are good. Shall we break down football? Futebolo, not soccer, y'all. Football, the beautiful game that actually resulted in rugby being formed. Apparently, kids were playing one day, and one of the kids said, I'm gonna pick this ball up and try to get it to the goal line by carrying it. Men tried to tackle him, and he got there somehow. And then people thought, oh, that could be a different sport. But I digress, guys. The beautiful game of football evolves, but also regresses. Things stay intact as much as things change. In football now, we see a lot of changed systems. Mourinho arrived, he played a park the bus system, heavily defensive. Most teams played 4-4-2s from the early 2000s, actually back from the late 90s, early 2000s. Ferguson versus Wenger, 4-4-2 was the main thing. And then eventually teams said we need three men in that midfield, a pivot and a central attacking midfielder. Things changed, but a back four remained intact. Eventually, back threes came about when one player would invert. Back fives became a thing in football. But right now, the one thing that's key, that's changing and coming back in football is man-for-man marking. Something that I respect manager Marcelo Bielsa for always using in his football. Man-for-man marking is becoming a reality. Hence, we're seeing defenders become so important in the modern game. So today, as per the title, we're here to emphasize just why the back line, Levi Colwill, Mark Cucurella, why these two players could be the reason Chelsea challenge for the Premier League. And we're signing so many attackers, so it's just ironic that the defensive line could be the reason why. Let's start with Mark Cucurella, guys. One thing we know, and I have a clip for you guys from The Athletic. I don't know if the copyright laws will allow it, but I'm going to just slot it in now.
Is the most important position in football right now the fullback? Because some of the best teams in the world have started using fullbacks as top secret tactical weapons, and it's helping them win games. Because where traditionally fullbacks defend and attack in wide areas, and more recently inverted fullbacks have become fashionable, moving into midfield to help control the centre, now we're seeing something completely different at the top clubs. Roaming fullbacks, who are also strikers. And the reason they do this is because so many teams now defend in man-to-man marking systems. Because when a fullback moves all the way to an advanced central attacking position, who picks them up? If a winger tracks, they disrupt their own defensive structure, while passing the player on can lead to confusion, which creates space and overloads and chances. And that's why players like Mark Cucurella and Achraf Hakimi keep finishing moves like centre forwards, arriving in the 6-yard box unmarked.
We saw this so many times last season from Mark Cucurella. Ghosting into the box. No one's tracking him. He inverted initially into the midfield and just kept going as the attack flowed from wing to wing. So Mark Cucurella, going into next season, given the number of goals he got last season, you'd bet that he'll get even more next season because teams can't break that shape defensively. They can't track the additional attacker. If anything, they can't leave the gap in their front line. They have to track because most teams are doing the man-to-man thing. Now we move on to Levi Colwill. A few stats before I share another clip with you guys that I also hope copyright laws won't stop us. We look at the stats from last season. Most touches. And let's look at the top four. And when I share the clip, it's by Gary Neville. You guys will have a summary of sorts of this. But look at the top five. Virgil van Dijk with the most touches in the Premier League. Josko Gvardiol second, both of them above 3,100. Levi Colwill sits in third with 2,904 touches across the season. Let's look at the most completed passes. Defenders again. Virgil van Dijk sits on top again, and makes sense. Liverpool won the league, so he was a key component, of course. Josko Gvardiol is second again. And then William Saliba and Colwill just switch positions with Colwill in fourth for the most completed passes. So teams play from the back. Teams don't play in the midfield as much as they play the ball from the back. Hence, the goalkeepers of the modern era need to have actually be really good with their feet. Unfortunately for Chelsea, the most errors that led to a shot were made by Robert Sanchez, with 10 errors made, which we hope he will improve on. Get the ball to Colwill, and then Colwill, with his passing ability, having that confidence on the ball, will look for our midfielders. And when we look at the most key passes in the Premier League last season, Bruno Fernandes, who saved Man United from things getting even worse, is number one. Mo Salah, great season. We know this. Look at the third and fourth. Chelsea players. So Colwill making a key pass, or let's say a defining pass into the midfielders. Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer. We can move the ball forward. We can get into goal scoring positions much easier because we have players that make key passes and they create an attacking moment out of nothing. You get me? So here's the clip, guys.
We're seeing so much of defenders being on the ball. And I thought, you know something? I'm watching constantly goalkeepers and defenders on the ball, constantly. So I went back to the last 5 years of my career. I've not been on Monday Night Football for a few years, but I actually wanted to go on Monday Night Football on Monday night. My last 5 years at United, the 5 players who had the most passes in the league in 2006-07 were Fabregas, Scholes, Alonso, Gilberto Silva and Lampard. Mainly midfield players, holding midfield players that you're dictating the game. They're the players who had the most possession in the ball in my last 5 years in my career. They're players I want to see on the ball, just most generally. Some of them maybe not, but most of them. In the last 5 years in the Premier League, well, last year, Virgil van Dijk, Joseph Guardiola, Levi Colwill, William Saliba, and so 4 defenders in the top 5 have got the ball. The year before was Rodri, Lewis Dunk, Virgil van Dijk, William Saliba.
If we go into next season with this confidence from Colwill, with Cucurella being a poacher, an attacking threat, rather than being a flanking fullback, where can Chelsea end up, guys? It excites me. This wasn't meant to be a video that convinces you guys that Chelsea can go for the league or win the league. We remain humble. We know the league is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But I believe the defense could be more important than the mid and even the attack in just how far Chelsea go next season. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I've enjoyed this one. Blessings, my people.